All right, so we're at the point where I have all three of my vases completely done. I've carved in all of my designs, scratched in all of my designs on there. I'm ready for the final couple of steps, which is attaching these to the background, and then we're gonna add some shadows. So I have a background paper this size, it's 9 by 12 for you guys. And then I also have a little strip that we're gonna glue onto the bottom. It's gonna look like a table for us to glue our vases on. So you're gonna grab a glue stick, take the strip of paper. You wanna add glue onto the back of the strip of paper with the glue stick. You wanna make sure that you get glue all over the entire back of it. So the whole way out to the edges. And on every surface, a nice even layer of glue. And if you get a little bit of glue on the table, no big deal. We will just wipe it up. All right, so super sticky. I'm gonna flip it over on here. Line it up with the bottom of my piece of paper. It might be a little bit smaller than the background paper. Try to just align it on there as best you can. And then once you get it on there, press it down to make sure that it's completely on there. Guys, gluing is gonna be part of your grade. So it's like, I know you guys know how to use a glue stick, so make sure that you're putting on enough glue so that this sticks on here properly. Because if I hang these up in the hall and your background is like peeling off of the paper because you didn't glue it down to the black paper well enough, it's not gonna look so great, right? It'll take away from the overall product. So I'm gonna figure out how I want these to be positioned on here before I just start randomly gluing, okay? So I might take a couple minutes and kind of like decide, what do I want overlapped? Where exactly do I want these? And then once I know exactly what I'm doing, I am going to start with the one in the background, the one that's gonna be the furthest in the background first, and then work my way up. All right, so I think I'm gonna do something like, actually I think I want this over here. I'm gonna do something like this. All right, so now I have the placement of my vases all figured out, and I decided to have this little green one here in the background, so I'm gonna start with it first. So I'm gonna flip it over on the table and add glue to the entire back of it. Set it down, make sure it's in that spot that I was planning. Make sure it's completely upright, right? We don't want it kind of like leaning to one side or the other. And then once I'm happy with it, carefully press it down. Try not to scratch off any of your paint that you want to stay on there. And then I can go to my other two. All right, once you're done gluing those down, double check that you don't have any edges hanging off. Like this edge right here is hanging off. I guess I missed it with the glue stick a little bit, so I'm gonna kind of sneak it in there on the edge very carefully, get some glue on the back, and make sure it's totally pressed down so that I get all the credit for gluing down my vases completely, okay?